Okay, so I need to move this utility shed up there. Of course, it's not a great day to do it since it's muddy, but I'm on a schedule, so let's try to get this up there with the winch. Okay, I'm kind of almost okay with where this is at, but not quite. I think I may try to turn this more diagonal. Eventually, our plan is to put steps on this side too, to come down to this is going to be our laundry room, and so we'd like to have access to it as easy as possible, especially if it's raining. So the way it sits right now is not even the way originally it was supposed to sit. It was supposed to sit with the window or the door facing the cabin. And then when I started pulling up the hill, I realized that I didn't think it was going to fit. So, and it may still not fit. I got to do some measuring. But if I leave it like this, I've got to level it. And if I turn it, I have to level it regardless. So that I'm definitely going to be doing. The turning it, I'm still kind of deciding on. So I'm going to get started taking some measurements. Well, after doing this, I got everything moved into this position. It is a little close. I don't really like that. I don't like being able to not get over to that side yard. And I ran the idea after taking some pictures by Nicole, and she liked it better the way it was yesterday too. So I think I'm going to pull it back the way it was and then just level it that way. And then if we ever want to change it, we can always change it later. But I just, after doing this, I like the way it looks, but it's too close to the cabin. If it was down here, If I had cleared a bigger spot, and it would have been better, but I didn't, and so I need to deal with what I have here. And just a little side note, those of you who have been watching the progress, this pad that I worked on over and over and over obviously was not as level as I thought it was, as you can see by the blocks. So it's not way off, but it's off a significant amount to where it had to have blocks under it, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. It's just I would like for it to have stayed a little bit lower, but that's okay. I think we're gonna enjoy this place. So getting back to this, that is where it originally was yesterday. So I still got a little bit of space behind there, which is fine. So I won't have water just hitting the back of the wall. So the next thing I got to do is level this and put the tie downs on it. I have tie downs coming for the cabin as well. They're 40 inches and they go pretty much, there's like 5 or 6 that go on this end and the same on the other side, and then one in the middle up front and then the back. And then you take aircraft cable and go from that inside the cabin up through the wall and attach it to the rafters. So that's what I'm going to do next after I get this leveled and then get everything tied down, and then it's going to be time to start the big project, which is doing everything inside. Okay, I'm happy with that. That worked out nice. I found some more of those cap blocks that they didn't need for the cabin. So I got those in place, and in the back it needs to come up slightly in the front here, so I'm gonna do that another day, but it's just a little bit off, so I'll raise that up next time I'm over here, which will probably be tomorrow or the next day. Alright, well, I will be back over here in a day or two to do some more stuff.